In September of 2021, Lori and I launched our boat out of Colville Marina. Colville Marina is one of the only marinas on the lake that had an operating boat launching ramp. They extended the ramp with a dirt road with metal ramping at the end going into the water line. A month prior, Lori and I were in Lake Powell, and we had some experience about auxiliary launch ramps, a dirt road, and metal ramping into the water. This trip shows us boating from Colville Bay up to Sandy Point. Our goal was to get on Sandy Point, beach the boat, and then walk towards the river so we could get a vantage point of Iceberg Canyon and look up lake in an area in which we were familiar boating. We're heading northbound right now towards Sandy Point in Greg's Basin. Greg's Basin is about a 7-mile long basin. We had really smooth water here, but we've been on that lake many times where the roller waves were very, very large. Now we're looking at South Cove. South Cove is a launch ramp that, for the Meadview and the Kingman boaters. The launch ramp is technically closed. The pavement is about a quarter of a mile from the water's edge, but they did put in 2 dirt launch ramps, and it shows how much commitment these boaters have getting their boats into the water up at the northern end of the lake here. Again, our goal was to basically beach our boat. We found a nice sandy beach. After securing our boat, we took about a 1.5-mile walk in a westward direction so that we could get to the apex of Sandy Point and take a look at the Colorado River. As we were walking up there, we saw fire rings that were probably 20 to 25 years old. We're approaching a porta potty in which the National Park Service kept on lowering down to the water's edge, and then they finally stopped doing that after a certain point. But that porta potty was positioned probably 25 years ago, way, way up on the hill where the water's edge used to be. And then it started receding at about 2001. That's when my wife and I noticed that the lake was really falling. This is our first look at going down Greg's Basin and getting a first view of the convergence of the Colorado River. And we continued walking westward. Again, our goal was to look up towards the north, towards Iceberg Canyon, and really show everyone what we used to boat over in the many years that we boated at Lake Mead. We're finally starting to get closer to the Colorado River where it meets Lake Mead at Greg's Basin. Right off the bat, we could notice all the foliage, all the trees that have grown over the years as the water has receded. Now we could really see how the Colorado River meets Lake Mead's water. So you have the brown, murky water and then the bluish green water of Lake Mead. This shot, we finally got to see Iceberg Canyon 5 miles away in the distance, and it really overwhelmed us because we used to boat 150 feet all the way throughout this area, water skiing, and just enjoying this section of the lake. Sandy Point really provided a wind block from the southern wind. And once we got around Sandy Point, we usually found glass water to ski. Now we're observing that the Colorado River is about 150 yards wide. And we could really see how it just meets the bluish green water of Lake Mead at Griggs Basin. It was a view to behold. And again, Iceberg Canyon's about 5 miles away in the distance. We walked down towards the water's edge, and the sand dune's about 15 feet high, so from the water line. So we really got close up and saw that the river was probably flowing about 5 to 6 miles an hour, and I suspect that it was only 6 inches to a foot deep and not much more than that. So there's not a lot of water flowing into Lake Mead at this time. Thus, the problem of sustaining the water at Lake Mead is critical. I found this picture online. It's a picture of Iceberg Canyon filmed in 1871. And the next picture is one taken at a high water mark from our boat at the very same location, but about 160 feet higher. You can see how pretty Iceberg Canyon is. This is heading north. And again, that's Iceberg Canyon about 5 miles away. We used to camp right around this point at the north end of Sandy Point, which provided wind protection because southern winds prevail at Lake Mead. This is a picture June of 2006. Notice that there's no foliage and no greenery. The water started really receding, and this is looking up Iceberg Canyon. On our walk back, we noticed that we saw fire rings that were 20 years old. Down there is the sand dunes that we walked down to get a closer look at the Colorado River. But we saw kids' toys, we saw collapsed sunshades, perhaps left behind in haste because of a windstorm. And there were plenty of windstorms out there. Once the wind blew, it was a terrible spot to be at. But being on the north side of the lake helped us out quite a bit, and that's erratic behavior. The following pictures, though, are some still shots of our experiences in the Grand Canyon. We used to boat up the Grand Canyon at an average depth of about 40 feet. Columbine Falls was about 3 miles up the Grand Canyon from Lake Mead, and it was a popular destination site. It was a destination site for rafters and boaters alike. Some boaters would boat 60 miles up here just to see the falls and get shade in the afternoon and try to avoid the heat of the day. It was one of the only places that you could get shade on the lake. This is a scene, a lunch scene of our friends just stopping at a sand dune and getting the kids out to play. It's about 15 miles up, if I remember, in the Grand Canyon. This is a picture taken in 1993. That's our boat, 3 months old. We used to hang out at Lake Mead probably 9 times a year. That's the north side of Sandy Point with plenty of really nice beaches. This is a scene coming out about 4 miles away from Lake Mead. And this is a late afternoon shot, and this is one of my fondest shots. This is our friends and my kid on the right. And then this structure, this geological structure, is called God's Pocket. We really loved to see God's Pocket. It was one of the only red rock structures on the lake, and this was probably about 10 miles from Sandy Point, maybe about 8 miles from the mouth of the Grand Canyon. It was just a great place to just stop the boat, take a picture, and look at something that was so unique on this lake. This is heading back to our beach camp. We found a really nice beach a little bit west of Temple Bar Marina, and Lori and I stayed there for a few days boat camping. As you can see, the water is very, very glassy, But Greg's Basin is about 7 miles long, and Lori and I, over the years, fought to keep our boat from sinking when it was a windy day and you had 4 to 5 foot roller waves. And as you can see, we just have glass water approaching Temple Bar Butte, one of our favorite structures to see at the Upper Basin. This is directly across from Temple Bar Marina, which I had indicated is currently closed. But this Temple Bar Butte is a landmark at Lake Mead's Upper Basin. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate you taking a look at our experiences. Thanks a lot.